Hello, welcome to G Smart TV, home of hot G's. The moment Sonia Uche chose to publicly declare her love was more than just a romantic gesture, it was a cultural disruption. In an industry where privacy is often treated like currency and emotions are carefully guarded, this single act felt refreshing and daring. It immediately shifted attention because it challenged the unspoken rule that celebrities should only reveal love when it is safe, calculated, or commercially beneficial. What made it powerful was not just that it happened publicly, but that it happened without apology. There was no attempt to downplay emotions or mask intent. It felt raw, intentional, and fearless. Viewers didn't just watch a love confession, they witnessed a woman taking control of her narrative and choosing honesty over caution. That courage resonated deeply with fans who are used to filtered versions of celebrity lives. It sparked admiration, surprise, and debate all at once. In that moment, love wasn't whispered behind closed doors, it stood confidently in the open, demanding to be acknowledged and respected. Behind the emotional intensity of the declaration was careful thought and preparation, which made it even more compelling. Knowing that this moment was planned for weeks reframed it from a spontaneous outburst to a deliberate emotional decision. This wasn't about chasing attention or reacting to pressure, it was about choosing the right time to speak from the heart. That level of intentionality suggests emotional clarity and confidence, qualities that many people strive for but rarely achieve. It also showed respect for the weight of words spoken publicly, especially in a space where millions can replay and analyze every second. Planning allowed the message to be clear, focused, and meaningful, rather than scattered or impulsive. For viewers, this added depth to the moment because it revealed that love, when thoughtfully expressed, can be both passionate and grounded. It wasn't rushed. It wasn't forced. It was timed with care, which made the emotions feel even more sincere and impactful. One of the most touching aspects of the story was the focus on quiet support rather than flashy gestures. Instead of highlighting grand displays, the declaration centered on consistency, presence, and emotional reliability. This shifted the narrative from fantasy romance to real connection. Many viewers could relate to the idea of someone standing by them quietly, without applause or recognition. By acknowledging these subtle acts, the message elevated everyday loyalty into something worthy of celebration. It reminded people that love is often built in small moments rather than dramatic scenes. That perspective struck a chord because it validated relationships that don't always make headlines but are deeply meaningful. In a world obsessed with visible success and public praise, shining a light on unseen support felt grounding and honest. It reframed what it means to be valued and loved, making the story resonate beyond celebrity culture and into the lived experiences of ordinary people watching from their screens. The emotional openness displayed during the live session played a huge role in why the moment lingered long after it ended. There was a noticeable shift from polished composure to genuine vulnerability, and viewers could sense it instantly. That openness created an emotional bridge between the screen and the audience, pulling people in and holding their attention. It felt unscripted even though it was planned, which is a rare balance to strike. The slight tremble in voice, the warmth in expression, and the sincerity in delivery made it impossible to dismiss as performance. Emotional authenticity has a way of disarming skepticism, and that's exactly what happened. People weren't just watching, they were feeling alongside the moment. This vulnerability made the declaration memorable because it mirrored real human emotions, imperfections included. It reminded viewers that even public figures experience love, fear, and hope in ways that feel strikingly familiar. The reaction from fans transformed the declaration into a shared emotional event rather than a one-sided broadcast. Thousands tuned in, commented, reacted, and tagged, creating a sense of collective participation. The live chat became a digital crowd, cheering, celebrating, and speculating in real time. This level of engagement amplified the emotional weight of the moment and gave it momentum far beyond the live session itself. When people feel included, they invest emotionally, and that investment keeps them glued. The flood of hearts, supportive messages, and excitement turned the confession into a communal experience that felt alive and unpredictable. It also demonstrated the power of social media as a space where emotions can ripple instantly across borders. Fans weren't passive observers, they became part of the story. That sense of inclusion deepened loyalty and made the moment feel bigger than any single person on screen. Addressing Bryan directly during the live session elevated the emotional intensity to another level. Calling his name and speaking to him as if he were present made the declaration feel intimate despite the public setting. It created a powerful contrast between privacy and publicity, blending both in a way that held viewers captive. This directness removed ambiguity and left no room for misinterpretation. Every word carried intention, and every pause felt loaded with meaning. It wasn't about hinting or suggesting, it was about clearly expressing appreciation and affection. That clarity resonated strongly because it reflected emotional honesty that many people struggle to practice. Watching someone articulate gratitude and love so openly felt inspiring. It set an example of communication that is fearless and sincere, reinforcing the idea that expressing emotions clearly can be both powerful and freeing. As clips began circulating across platforms, the moment took on a life of its own. Short videos, screenshots, and reactions spread rapidly, turning a single live stream into a viral cultural moment. Memes and hashtags added layers of humor and excitement, keeping the conversation alive long after the session ended. Virality didn't dilute the message, it expanded its reach. Each share introduced new viewers to the story, pulling them into the emotional narrative. This rapid spread highlighted how emotionally charged content travels faster and sticks longer. It also showed how modern storytelling often unfolds in fragments, with each clip adding to the overall impact. The conversation moved from one platform to another, evolving with each retelling. What started as a personal declaration became a trending topic, proving that authenticity remains one of the most powerful drivers of online engagement. Reports of Bryan watching the live session quietly added an extra layer of intrigue and emotional payoff. Knowing that the message reached its intended recipient in real time intensified the story. The image of him reacting privately while the world watched publicly created a compelling contrast. It fueled anticipation and speculation without requiring immediate response. That silence became meaningful, allowing emotions to settle and curiosity to grow. Fans imagined his reaction, projected their hopes, and debated what might come next. This pause extended the lifespan of the moment, keeping people invested beyond the initial confession. Sometimes, what isn't said can be just as powerful as what is spoken. The reported emotional response humanized him and balanced the narrative, turning it into a shared emotional exchange rather than a one-sided declaration. Beyond romance, the message evolved into a broader reflection on appreciation and loyalty. Encouraging viewers to celebrate the people who consistently show up for them shifted the focus from celebrity drama. Beyond romance, the message evolved into a broader reflection on appreciation and loyalty. Encouraging viewers to celebrate the people who consistently show up for them shifted the focus from celebrity drama to personal reflection. It invited audiences to look inward and outward at the same time. This move elevated the moment from entertainment to inspiration, giving it lasting value. Many viewers likely left the session thinking about their own relationships, friendships, and support systems. That ripple effect is what turns a viral moment into something meaningful. By framing love as something that should be acknowledged and appreciated openly, the message resonated across different life experiences. It wasn't just about two people, it was about how gratitude can strengthen human connections. In the end, the story left one lingering question that continues to keep audiences engaged: what happens next? The anticipation surrounding a possible response ensures that the conversation doesn't fade quickly. It invites discussion, debate, and emotional investment without crossing any lines. Moments like this thrive because they feel unfinished, allowing viewers to imagine multiple outcomes. And now, the real conversation begins. Was this pure emotional honesty, or a calculated public moment? Should love be expressed boldly or protected quietly? Is public appreciation empowering or risky? These are the questions that keep timelines active and comment sections buzzing. Share your thoughts, respectfully and honestly, because every perspective adds another layer to this unfolding story. The discussion is just getting started, and the most interesting part is hearing what everyone else thinks.